gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Top of the morning, everybody. Happy, joy. It's Mickey Ficky Wednesday. What's the deal, y'all? How y'all feeling this morning? Good to see y'all, man. Shout out to the nation, the only one that exists in the universe, in the atmosphere, period. Breathing this air, nobody can share. So fuck you and your teddy bear. B.I.H. Yes, indeed, we in effect, man. It is Wednesday, hump day. How y'all feeling, man? Yes, sir. Today is the day we're going to discuss, as you see in the thumbnail, keep it tight. What does he mean by that? He said, keep it tight, mama. Mama. What lunatic mean by keep it tight? Son, I can't tell you that, son. It's what grown folks say to each other when you tell each other to keep it tight. But we're talking about the tight ends. Yes, indeed, we're going to go through the tight ends on this roster that's under contract, that's been drafted, that has been signed as free agents, as well as undrafted free agents. Yes, we do have a tight end that was undrafted out of Auburn. We shall talk about each and every one of these guys, the depth room of the tight ends. So today we are going to keep it tight. Shout out to the chat, man. The world's most dangerous chat is in the building. NWA all day. You know how we get down with it. You know what I mean? We ain't new to this. We true to this. Shout out to my guy out there, man. Lobie1 is in the building. Yes, sir, man. Top of the morning to you. Thank you for being here, my dude. NorCal Raider, Jesse. Look, I'm going to call it out like we had a basketball game. And now, from West Coast, California, the one, the only, Raider Goon. What's up, my dude? Raider Goon in the building, yes, sir. Hey, I like that. We're gonna do the lineups. And now, power forward from straight out of your ass. And don't give a damn and don't even ask. It is Chris Ariola. Yes, indeed. Chris Ariola with no baking soda. Hey, Whitenola, what's my guy in the house, man? Eugene coming out left field. Yeah, with the that won't quit is Eugene. Pow, right in the kisser. Eugene Powell right in the kisser. My dude, man. Okay. Now, the one, the only, the man of the hour, the man that everybody wishes they can be, but they don't drink enough of cerveza to do so. It is Sebastian Gonzalez in the building. Yes, indeed. Yes, it is okay the way they say and they sway. The one, the only, I am the Bay is in the building, and the building is shaking. You feel me? Yes, indeed. What is the deal, y'all? Shout out to y'all, man. Thank y'all for pulling up this morning. Oh, Shizzy. It's the one. Y'all know him well. Get up in the morning. Give me some. Drop down and give me 20. It's Raider Kush. Yeah. Yes, indeed. And the Magic Man himself, Abracadabra. It is Rafa, the man of the minute, the man of the second. They call him 2-minute brother. Yes, no, I'm just joking. Oh my God, what is the deal, man? Top of the morning, man. Top of the morning. Yes, sir. Sookie now. I say he's the man that's on the good foot. The J, the B don't stand for jam and peanut butter. It stands for just booty shake. JB in the building. Oh man, y'all crazy. Oh yeah, it's the man that's gonna walk up and take your bitch. It's no other than Raider Rich in the building. I need to get that. I need them horns. That's what I need to get, the horns for the sound effects. Yes, indeed, man. Yeah. Just like the logo itself, it has a patch, but it's the man with the patches. Raider Patches is in the building. Yes, indeed. And oh yes, we got the one, the only. Put your hand over your heart and repeat after me. Jorge C. By the dawn's early light, Jorge C's in the building. Oh man. Yeah. Y'all know about Frankie, Beverly, and Maze? Yeah, y'all know that group, but I bet y'all don't know about Frankie Sanchez. Yes, boy, the roof is lifted. Yes. Well, hey, the old school, hey, the roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Let that Mickey Ficky burn. Burn, Mickey Ficky. Burn. Yes, indeed. Shout out to everybody this AM, man. Top of the morning. Hope all is well, you and your family, man, on this beautiful hump day. Yes, indeed. They're leaking out some of the schedule today, of the NFL schedule that will be released tomorrow. I will be doing a live show starting at 4:30 p.m. Pacific. Yes, indeed. We're going to wait until that 5 o'clock magical hour for them to drop whose ass the Raiders is kicking at what time and what day. That's what we're going to find out tomorrow. You know what I mean? So y'all pull on up tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, man. It is the Raiders schedule release show, and we're doing it live and direct the only way we know how, with the people from the asylum. The Raider Asylum. You feel me? Where the lunatics and the maniacs drill. Yes, indeed. Let's go. That's right, Jorge. Let's go. You know what I mean? We does this, man. We does it. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and dig into the fact of the matter, what today's show's topic is going to be. We're going to talk about our tight ends. And I ain't talking about the one you sit on. No. I'm talking about the one that's going to block and catch freaking passes. You feel me? That's going to catch passes and block. Not the one that you sit on and leak air and it make funny noises. You know what I mean? We ain't talk about that tight end. We talk about our ends that's going to be tight this year. Keep it tight. And that's what we going to do. So without further ado, y'all, let's go ahead and dive in to our tight end room. Hey, tight end, whoever came up with that name for that position, hey, bruh. Your Duke shoot must be loose as a Mickey Fick. You can keister a whole kilo and jump on the plane and not get caught. Dogs don't even smell. Hey, man, I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing better, man. I hope that this is the last of all surgeries, man, to go ahead and get you back on track, bro. For real. So I hope the doctors did their thing. You know what I mean? For real. Live from the recovery room. That's right. Hey, tell them you need some Cerveza, man. That's the only way that's gonna speed up the healing process. You need some spirits, some tequila or something. You know what I mean? And tell one of them nurses to slide up in that room, man, and kind of like, you know what I mean, put a couple of inches up on that skirt. You know what I mean? It don't hurt. You know, it don't hurt to throw a couple of more inches up on that skirt. You know what I mean? I'm here. You know what I mean? Hey, they got you laying on your stomach. Not like that or anything. I'm just saying because of the back surgery. You can't lay down on your back, can you? unless the procedure was like real small incisions or whatnot. I don't know. I you know what I mean? I done knocked a few backs out in my time, but I never had mine knocked out. Hey, pause. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and dig into this, man. We're going to get into it. All right, first up on the list, the first new addition of the Raiders at the tight end is exactly Austin Hooper. Austin Hooper's last year's stats read as such. He played in 17 games with 41 receptions, 444 yards receiving, averaging 10.8 yards per reception with 2 TDs. Standing at 6'4", 254, nice size tight end. He showed promise. He's not old. He showed promise in his career. He did make the Pro Bowl a couple of times, so he is suitable to go ahead and get out there and do some good numbers for what is expected for the tight end in this system. But I think and I feel that this was a good move that they went out and got. They got a veteran that's not long in the tooth, that is still within his prime window. Can he come in and help this team? Of course. Especially when you have McDaniels that likes to run 12 personnel, 2 tight end sets. Sometimes you might even go 3. You know what I mean? You can go 13 out there on them. You know what I mean? 3 tight ends and a running back. You never know, but you have the assets that you need to go ahead and run these plays that otherwise, if you didn't have these tight ends, you'll be too thin to go ahead and run it. Especially if, God forbid, one goes down injury-wise or whatnot, you know what I mean? But we added to the depth of the tight end room. As we know, there's no longer Waller, but we did add actually a total of 4 tight ends. 2 free agents and 1 drafted and 1 undrafted. So let's continue on, shall we? Next up, we have O.J. Howard coming out of Alabama. He showed promise, an athletic tight end, someone who could do and fit the void of what Waller provided us. Maybe not as much as the speed aspect, but the hands, the athleticism is all there. Standing at 6'6", 251. Last year, he played in 13 games, 10 receptions, 145 yards, averaged 14.5 yards per reception and 2 touchdowns. As you see, the production was not all that great. He only spent 1 year with the Texans, and I think he came over from the Buffalo Bills practice squad, if I'm not mistaken. Another guy that's added, like I said, with the 2 tight end sets that McDaniels known to run and loves. It is good to have those bodies, veteran bodies that's not old veterans. That's the key. They're not old veterans. They're still within their 20s. You know what I mean? And I do not knock it. You did not have to overpay, but you do got serviceable tight ends. The one thing with O.J. Howard is you need him to stay healthy, because as you see, out of 17 games, he was only available for 13. So 4 games due to whether injury or whatnot, he needs to be healthy. That's all I can say. He needs to be healthy. But it's not nothing that we should cringe and kind of fear, because what else did we do? Let me show you. That's what we did this year. We went in the draft. We grabbed Mr. Michael Mayer, tight end out of Notre Dame. Last year's production at Notre Dame, very nice numbers for this gentleman. Ranked the number 1 tight end in the draft by most. Some compare him to Gronkowski. Even Gronkowski has stated, people have told him, go watch this guy. He has a lot of similarities as you do. And I stated that as well. When we grabbed him, I said, when I watched this tape, I was like, man, he kind of reminds you of Gronkowski, if I'm not mistaken. And lo and behold, is coming out that's what a lot of people looked at him as, and they called him. Matter of fact, he had the nickname Baby Gronk. I didn't know that. I was just going by the eye test. You know what I mean? Looking at his route running, just the fluidity that he has in his routes. Runs good route for a tight end. Good hands. Very good at blocking. Loves the game of football. Very intellectual between the ears, and you need that. So last year's production, 2022 at Notre Dame, he played in 12 games. He had 67 receptions for 809 yards and 12.1 yards per reception with 9 touchdowns. Very good production in college. His last year there, which was this past season. If he can bring that over to us, and I believe that he has an opportunity to do so. He will also serve well in the red zone, which was our Achilles heel last year in this offense. So hopefully the addition of him will soothe those ailments as far as not being able to pull off 6 in the red zone and settling for 3. I think those days might be numbered as far as doing that this season. I think it should increase our point per game production as well as our efficiency in the red zone with this young man on this team in the tight end room. Let's move on. There's others that were on the team as well. Okay, some of you guys know who Jasper Horsted is. He only played in 3 games last season for the Raiders. He recorded 3 receptions for 19 yards with a 6.3 yard per catch average with no touchdown. He stands at 6'3", 241 pounds. But before I continue on with this, let me go back to Mayer real quick. I like the size of Mayer. This is one thing I did not just mention. One thing about Mayer, I like the fact that he's compact for a tight end. At 6'4", 265-pound tight end. 265. So if you get him in the weight room to add some more strength to him, which, on a professional regiment compared to a college regiment, and you can pack on about 10 more pounds in muscle, if not 15. Now you're looking at a tight end at 6'4", 275, possibly 280. That is a very large man. That is a very large man that you can add into the blocking game. He'll be just as well gifted as another offensive lineman, another offensive tackle. You know what I mean? When it comes to blocking. So I really am high on Michael Mayer. I like his measurables. I like his production at Notre Dame. And I like the potential that he has in the silver and black. So now I just want to go back and reiterate that. With Jasper Horsted, 6'3", 241. Like I say, low production. He really didn't get a lot of PT in this offense due to Foster Moreau being here, as well as Darren Waller, when healthy, when inserted into the offense. But he's one guy that was on this team, went undrafted. He was an undrafted rookie out of Princeton. I think he came out of Princeton Ivy League. Princeton Ivy League. He was a 2-time Ivy League first teamer at tight end. So there's potential in him. He's still very young, still very green. Needs to be coached up, and he might add, especially being around the team for year 1 of the insertion of the system by McDaniel. All right, Raider Patches. Hey, have a good day at work, my brother, for real. See you again, man. We'll be here tomorrow morning. You know what I mean? Tomorrow I got 2 shows jumping off, so hey, pull on up if you're available, man. All right, take it easy. But yes, Horsted being in this system for 1 year, learning it, I think that's going to be very useful. He can, as a young tight end, also help out with Michael Mayer's development by being just that teammate, that position friend to go ahead and whatever help he needs with the plays and the verbiage. He has all the help he needs, because I know also Hooper and OJ. I was getting ready to say OJ Mayo again. Why am I thinking basketball, bro? For real, OJ Howard. They also need to be helped out with the system as well, them being new and being introduced to. So that's just another tight end. The other tight end that we have, Cole Fotheringham. Cole Fotheringham came out of Utah, undrafted. He's still considered a rookie, didn't have no games played with the Raiders, but was in the Raiders. Let's just say he was in the building. You know what I mean? But never seen the field for the Raiders. But another nice tight end at 6'4", 245, serviceable. How many tight ends do we keep on this team? Do we keep 4? Do we keep 5? I don't know. Some of these guys might end up and find their way on the practice squad, which is most likely is not like going to blow your mind if one of them, like Fotheringham or even Jasper Horsted, ends up on the practice squad with no fear of another team coming grabbing them off of there. You know what I mean? And claiming them to their 53-man active roster. So that's another guy. Okay, now for the undrafted tight end that I forgot to do a card on, John Samuel Shanker. out of Auburn. This is a tight end at 6'4", 250 pounds. He caught 20 receptions last year for the Tigers with 208 yards receiving and 1 touchdown, averaging 10.4 yards per reception for the Auburn Tigers. This is another gentleman, young guy that they went and signed undrafted. Will he make the team? Probably not. Not the 53, but possibly he can find his way on the practice squad. Thank God for the practice squad and the 16 spots you can fill. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, that is our tight end group for this year's roster. Oh, damn. Did I pull this? Oh, this ain't even coming. Okay, hold on real quick. Let me, and yeah, that's it for the tight end groups. So right now, as it stands, we have 2, 4, 5, 6 tight ends are currently on this roster. We know we can go into camp with 90 players, so it's not like ain't no sense in sitting here talking about, oh, he's probably not gonna make the team. Probably not. But right now they on the team because you can go in with 90 and trim week after week in the preseason. So it's going to be interesting in the battle, though, as far as who are going to be the ones to open the eyes of the coaching staff at tight end. But at least we do have options. We do have potential players that are able to be developed into something serviceable down the line. But as far as Hooper and Howard goes, and Michael Mayer, those are the 3 tight ends that most definitely will be on the 53, hands down. Do we carry 4 tight ends? That is going to be yet to see, but I'm probably expecting, like I said, 2 of these guys to be on the practice squad, and the most likely will be Shanker, the undrafted. If he makes the team, will not make the 53, but I think he will be a Raider, but on the practice squad, and I think Fotheringham will be on that practice squad as well. And then that leaves the 4th tight end on this team will probably most likely be Horsted, Jasper Horsted, rounding out the tight end position on this team. So I think we do carry 4 tight ends due to the fact, like I said previous, that McDaniels do run the 2 tight end sets. If one goes down, bruh, you got to have backup. You know what I mean? And those other 2 young dudes between Fotheringham and Shanker, no experience to really jump in there and try to take some, help out by replacing someone going down. Mayer's going to be the focal point of being the future of this team at tight end, as well as maybe one of these younger dudes too. That's why I said you're going to keep them around, because we know that maybe what if Hooper and Howard doesn't, or one of them doesn't pan out. Somebody's going to have to step in. You know what I mean? But Mayer is the focus of being the future at tight end on this roster. So it's going to be interesting to see the battle in camp when this jumps off. But, hey, at least we got people that we can go ahead and grab and put on this team and not be like, oh, we're so thin at tight end. Yeah, we were thin at tight end last year. Man, we were thin. After it was Moreau and Waller, it was ugly. It was ugly. Your third tight end was Horsted. You know what I mean? After Morrow and Waller, now you looking at Horsted being possibly the 4th or even the 5th. It all depends on how this shapes up, but at least we got competition in the building. The best man wins the job. That's how it should be anyway. You feel me? So, yeah, that is our tight ends for the 2023 season coming up, and I can't wait. And like I said, they have been leaking out the schedule. They leaked out the foreign games. Raiders are not going overseas this year, y'all, so you don't have to worry about that. We're not going to Germany. We're not going. Are they doing Mexico City this year? I'm not sure. But we're keeping 10 toes planted in the U.S. So we ain't got to worry about that travel time. You feel me? Let me see. I'm trying to look and see, because I hope they do leak out some of the Raider stuff. Who was it? Oh, that's in my okay. That's something else. Yeah, I don't see anything with the Raiders being leaked out yet. But they're steady going through the day. They're leaking out some of the games. It's gonna be interesting to see. You got a catheter in your urethra? They're like, oh, Terry talking that. They put the catheter in your urethra for you to urinate? Bruh. Yeah, bruh. I ain't never had it done, but I know the procedure, bruh. The urethra, for those that don't know, is your pee tube. You know what I mean? The tube inside your penile, you know what I mean, that carries the urine and semen out. You know what I mean? It's called the urethra. Okay, just let everybody know. Not the piss tube. Oh man, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. Those who are here for the first time, please subscribe to the channel, like, hit that notification bell, leave a comment, share it to your best friend or your best friend's wife. Hey, what he don't know won't hurt him. Thank you. You know what I mean? Hey, Circus Raider in the building, yes indeed. Circus Raider in the building. Ray Love is in the building, man. Top of the morning to you. Thank you for being here. Yes, indeed. Raider Pete. Yes, sir. What's the deal, man? The new stadium in Vegas, the NFL will try to keep all our home games. Yeah, hey, bro. I hope we got more. I hope it pans out that way too. Because, like I said, we're not leaving the turf. We stuck down on the turf this year, so that's good. I just want to know what days are our game and what time. How many primetime games do we have? You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting. So we shall see. I know they're going to probably make that New England game prime time because they stripped us of that last year. You remember when they flexed us out of being prime time? But you know what I mean? Just to get that McDaniels, Belichick, and then now that we added more pieces from the previous offenses of New England that knows the system to come here and help out, it's going to be interesting. You know what I mean? Is it the new system better than the old? And right now, it look like New England is struggling without McDaniels. You know what I mean? Some might say McDaniels struggling without Belichick. But hey, Belichick been with New England for years, and they did not make the playoffs. And we beat them. Shout out to Chandler Jones for the interception run back. Or it's not called an interception when it happened that way. It's called a what didn't they say something crazy like it was a fumble recovery? It had to be called that because it was a backward lateral that he intercepted and ran back. So they call it I forgot how they labeled it. That crazy though, how they like, wait a minute. Shout out to Jacoby Myers. Hey, hopefully you don't be doing that to Chandler Jones in practice. Don't know. Hey, none of them trick plays, bro. Hey, just stay away from it. Just tell them, just throw me the ball. Don't have me throw it. You know what I mean? Hey, they had Chandler Jones out there, boy, looking like Nnamdi Asomugha, boy. He picked that thing off, man, mushed the quarterback and it was gone. You know what I mean? Heck yeah. So yeah, man, I'm waiting for this. They ain't leaving nothing on the Raiders. I'm up here going back and forth to Twitter to see what Ian Rappaport and them is saying. Let me wish a happy birthday to former Raiders defensive tackle Maurice Hurst Jr. Happy birthday, bruh. Happy birthday, bruh. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Come on, give us some leakage. Are you leaking? Yeah, you gotta go put a cork in it. You gotta put a cork in it because it's leaking. Leaky. Yes, indeed. Who else we got out here? Milka Beasley, my dude, man. Top of the morning. No. A's is not moving to the Tropicana site. They're moving right down the street from the Raider Stadium on that side of the freeway. It's the old Wild Wild West casino and hotel that they knocked down. It's just a dirt lot now with like construction trucks there. But yeah, is not at the Tropicana. Tropicana is not going nowhere, at least as of now. But yeah, the A's, they're getting a partial retractable roof stadium. They already got the land there. And now it's just a wait and see, and they plan on breaking ground next year, 2024. So yeah, it's not at Tropicana on the Strip. It's just right on the other side of the freeway, on that same side that Allegiant Stadium is, but a little bit more north of that site. Oh yeah, I hope they give us some good some good primetime games, bruh. Cause I gotta start getting ready to start putting in dates that I ain't going to work, that I'm flexing out. And I'm flexing out of Sundays, Mondays, Sundays, and Thursdays, depending on, well, I'm already off on Thursdays. But getting towards December, they give us mandatory overtime, and my overtime day is on Thursdays. So I'm just gonna have to be like, hey y'all just gonna either Isnick. You know what I mean? All right, let me see. What's the latest news on the radars? Let's see. There is an update. They're just saying that around the league, Ziegler is considered one of the top, or is considered a top young GM. Man, watching him work this draft, come on now. And then you got him with Champ. I was getting ready to say Champ Kelly. Chip Kelly? No, Champ Kelly. Not Chip. Fuck Chip. He at UCLA. With Champ Kelly. And watching those two guys in their interview, they both had a big part in this draft and understand what they're trying to accomplish. I like it. Ain't nothing worse than having a GM not knowing what the hell they're trying to do, just grabbing players like a Leatherwood, an Arnett. You know what I mean? Making picks like that. But hey, I think we're back on track with some good, solid, quality players added by the GM, the front office, and them. They did a damn good job. The scouting, no wonder they went and relieved some of the scouts of their duty and brought in people that were more, I ain't gonna say more competent, because I don't really know the competency of the ones that were let go, but the ones that were brought in, obviously, hey, they shaked and baked and got the job done. They went out there and found talent, stayed true to the board, and went out there and got not only to us on our board the best available, but also players that we needed as well. So I think it worked out marvelous. Now, can you put a grade on it? No. For anyone to try to put a grade on a draft pick, that don't make sense, because we don't know how they're going to produce. Because after all, what did they grade Jamarcus Russell? Bust. What did they grade Leatherwood? We knew they reached for Leatherwood, but we didn't know he was going to be this bad. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of players that come out of college that just doesn't translate over to the either pro level, because maybe it's the level difference, maybe it's the team that they went to doesn't fit them. So there's a lot of things in play with why players don't succeed in the NFL. It's not. It's fit, it's motive, it's all kind of things, you know what I mean, wrapped into one. So to put a grade on a draft pick, I mean, from the outside looking in, as far as we can grade what we needed and what we think is the best available on the board for the pick itself, but to grade the player themselves, you got to wait on that one. You got to wait, because either they're going to develop or they're not. You know what I mean? That's the only two things you're going to get. Either they going to develop or they not. You know what I mean? There's only two ways to go down that avenue. You either can hang a left or you can hang a right at the fork in the road. Yes, indeed. So we're going to see exactly how this draft class pulls out. Paul, not that kind of pull out. But we're going to see how they pull out this season. Get them out there on the field, get them in camp, get them on the field in preseason, see how these guys' development, how they can grasp the system, how do they fit the system. It's a lot of things we're going to pay attention to, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see them progress and become what we expect them to be from the draft. Then we can grade them. You know what I mean? If Mayer comes out and kills it, which I don't see why not. See, here's the players that I feel is going to really prosper, and I think is going to be. We expect a lot out of them, but as far overall, that's going to be a lot better than a lot of people think. And one of them people thought was a reach, but I'm gonna give you my reason behind that. Michael Mayer, just because he's multifaceted in our offense with being a blocker as far as and also as being a receiving tight end. So he's a dual threat. You can use him some way or somehow, and either he's going to be dominant in the passing game or he's going to be dominant in the passing game by blocking. You know what I mean? Giving the quarterback time to complete his throws. You know what I mean? And also being that check down target in case all else fails. You know what I mean? So he's going to serve more than one purpose. You know what I mean? That's why I say he has a better chance of success due to the fact there's more than one thing he can do. So if he's not good at one thing, he can damn sure be great at another. The other guy, because of the same reason, I'm going to say Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker has a chance of having a large upside because he serves more. He serves for more than just one reason. It's not just being a wide receiver. You can see him starting on special teams on both kickoff and return. That's the key. You can see this guy on the field a lot in special teams. You know what I mean? If we score a lot of points, that's going to be a lot of kickoffs. You feel me? If we get a lot of 3 and outs, it'll be a lot of punts. You know what I mean? But I hope that's not the case. But if it is, at least we got a guy that when we kick down that can be the gunner, get down there by the time the ball gets down there to negate any kind of return by the other team. That's where his speed is going to come into factor. To be able to be one of the first ones down there and lock up whoever it is, that's make them fair catch, or, you know what I mean, kickoffs, most likely we're kicking it out the back of the end zone anyway. Punts is a different story. You know what I mean? Make these, I'm done. You know what I mean? And then on kickoff returns, get us to have the offense start at a good spot on the field. If we can get to around, I say the 30 and beyond, you know what I mean? Of course, 25 on a kickoff, out of the back of the end zone, you're coming out at the 25. But if he can get one of those balls, if it falls short of the goal line, get that ball, and just his quickness and speed alone should get him an extra 5 yards on top of the 25. You know what I mean? If I'm just trying to throw in a guesstimate. He did about, I think in college, was he around 25 yards on return? I think he had. I can't remember. I got to go back and look at the numbers on that one. But yeah, he's going to serve more than one purpose. So I think he has more opportunity to shine. I mean, if he never sees the field as a wide receiver, which he will, because when we run these gimmick plays with reverses, bubble screens, and whatnot, he's going to be involved in that because of the speed. You know, and it's quick. I like his quickness. He's very quick. You know what I mean? And very, very low center of gravity due to being only 5'9", 5'8", but strong lower body. So not only does he have a low center of gravity, he has a very strong low center of gravity, squatting 600 pounds. This guy is squatting 600 pounds at only 83, 85 pounds and 5'9". Bruh, you do the math. 600 pounds. That's 2 big Berthas at the buffet that can't walk home because they done ate the whole damn buffet. You throw him on his shoulder and, hey, I'm taking y'all to the car. Y'all done ate too damn much. You know what I mean? he go out with his big Bertha girlfriend, and you know what I mean, and she gets a little too intoxicated. Get her big ass and roll her, you know what I mean, roll her to the car uphill. He's squatting 6. She's only 5. What? You know what I mean? That's how I see it. But yeah, that means when you look at somebody who has low center of gravity, very strong down in the legs, yards after contact is the thing that comes to mind to me. Just first tackle ain't gonna work. It's gonna be hard to knock him off center, and it's gonna be very hard to get him down. You know what I mean? He's the kind of person, if you do, grab him from behind, he's gonna drag you. If you don't wrap him up around the legs, around the ankles, he's gonna drag you. You're only about two something. If you just try to grab him and think you're gonna just throw him to the ground, good luck. Good luck. And that's the same for Sincere McCormick. He's another guy. I think he squats about 500 or 600 pounds. Running back that we stashed away on the injured reserve. That's going to be back with the team. Keep your eyes open on Sincere McCormick. You want to talk about Josh Jacob-esque? Yes. Josh Jacob-esque. That's who this guy reminds me of. Good vision. Yards after contact, beautiful. Makes first tackle miss. This is what this guy brings. So to add him into the running back room is going to, and he sat all year learning the system. You know what I mean? Now he gets to get out on the field. Pay attention to him in the preseason as well. These are guys that their value is more than what anybody expects. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to this, man. I'm looking forward to this. But these other draft picks, I'm not going to sleep on them neither. I can't wait to see Tyree Wilson. Oh, my goodness. That length that he has, very disruptive. Very disruptive. You know what I mean? But he's the kind of player you can move him around. It's going to be easy to put him at DT if he wouldn't the addition of 15 pounds put on in muscle. 15 pounds in muscle on a 200 or 270 pound frame or 270 pounds. 275. You add 15 to that. Do you know how terrifying it's going to be for quarterbacks to see a 290 pound defensive end that's still athletic, that's still quick, with an 86-inch wingspan? Bruh. Can you imagine him coming off the edge full speed? Quarterback back turn, trying to get ready to throw. And all of a sudden, bam! You know what I mean? 290 pounds, full throttle. Shoulder into the back, wrapped up. I see some quarterbacks gonna end up with a catheter also. You messing with this dude coming off that edge at 290, bruh, like a freight train. And like 290 ain't gonna slow him down. Just because he's 6'6". 6'6", 275 already. 15 pounds of muscle is not gonna slow him down. And then I'll take 290 going up against a 300-pound lineman, a tackle. Bro, you only got me by 10 pounds. If I was Tyreek, that's what you only got me by 10. Boy, I'm about to bull rush your ass. I'm gonna have your ass all up in the pocket. All up in the quarterback passing. Man, I'm all up in his ass with you. Pause. You know what I mean? Boy, I can't wait to see this because I'm telling you, boy, quarterbacks need to be fearful when they play us. You got this young, hungry ass dog out there that's possibly going to be pushing 290, 6'6", coming off that edge, swim move, spin move. That's why I love the fact that we have Max Crosby and Chandler Jones to groom this kid. This kid has something, and it's like the offense is going to have to. Where's Wilson? Or they got him at DT. What? You know what I mean? Where Wilson? Oh, they got him over there on the left edge. What? Where's Wilson? He over here on the right end. Move him. Can you imagine moving him around? He's going to demand double teams. I promise you. Tyree Wilson will demand. Come on now. He's going to abuse any offensive lineman they got man to man. He's going to abuse them. He's going to be bigger than them. And he's the aggressive one. You know what I mean? Offensive linemen are going to be counter-aggressive. They're going to come in. They're going to try to punch. Get that punch to the chest. That means they're going to be punching upward unless the lineman, you know what I mean, is going to be 6'6" themselves. But this guy's a big dude, bro. I'm telling you. He's going to be hell coming off that edge. He's going to put a lot of quarterbacks on their ass. I just know it. And then once he gets that notoriety of being that guy, that being him, quarterbacks are going to start throwing that ball, getting rid of it. You know what I mean? Because he's coming, bro. I don't want to put him in the same. I'm not even going to say dude's name. I'm going to let it ride. I'm just going to let it ride with what it is now. Tyree Wilson still has a lot to prove. He has to be coached up. He has to learn the system. But I'm telling you, all the thing that he needs to be great is there. The question is, like I said yesterday, does he want to be great? Does he have what's inside him to push himself to be great? Because if he does, ooh-wee. Somebody better have insurance. Somebody better have health insurance that's throwing the ball. Because I'm telling you, Gravy, my dude, top of the morning to you. Happy hump day. Happy hump day. Yes, sir. Sam Tanker, you too, man. Top of the morning. Man, I'm telling you, there's a lot. See, like, and I one thing, like, and I said this yesterday in case some of y'all that wasn't here. Some of the struggles, a lot of the struggles. Let me say this: a lot of the struggles of defense, of the defensive side of the ball. Because after I'm sitting here looking at the draft picks and the undrafted they went and free agents they went and got, there was a lot of defensive pieces that we did not have to make this defense go. This is facts. Facts. We were missing a lot of guys that needed to be in this system to make this defense move. And I'm going out here looking at what they went and got, and I'm like, you only go get what you need. You know what I mean? You get best available. But if it's not of need and it's somebody that's better than what's already on your team, that let me know you did not have what you need to make this thing work. So they went into the draft, and you go get a Tyree Wilson. You know what I mean? You go out there and get a Byron Smith. Or Byron Young. You go get a Byron Young defensive tackle. You know what I mean? You go to get a Jacarian Bennett, a Christopher Smith. They went and got guys we didn't have. And all those positions that they went and got were positions of need because we were thin. We were thin. We were thinner than the chances the Warriors got winning this series against the Lakers. That's how thin we were. Shout out to the purple and gold. I had to throw that one in there, even though Steph gave it his all, man. Sometimes you can try to give it your all, but you just can't satisfy her. You know what I mean? You can give her every inch you got, and it just won't satisfy her. You feel me? But yeah, every position we went and drafted were positions of need and the best available on our board, and we addressed it. So now we look at how the defense is shaping up for the future. Not just now, just look for the future. What do you see in 2-3 years from now? Smith, possible starter at safety. Bennett, possible starter at corner. Tyree Wilson, possible starter at defensive end. Byron Young, possible starter at DT. And not to mention the what's the linebacker kid that we got? Don't sleep on him. And then also Jade Silvera, another Oh my goodness. Another defensive tackle. Bruh, they're starting to build. Not only are they getting help now, they're building their team for the future. Because you look at free agency wasn't nothing to sleep on. You can't sleep on the guys they brought in on defense in free agency. Tillery, don't forget, Tillery was a free agent. We re-signed him. You go in and get Spillane. See, everybody's looking at these players individually, right? Like just looking at it, Spillane doesn't impress me. Okay, maybe he does not impress you individually, but how about if he works within that system of how that defense is supposed to work and he does what he's expected to do? Don't have to be a star. Just be one of the working pieces to make this thing move, to make this thing go. You know what I mean? That's the whole key. When I said unlocking the defense, we see every level what they went yesterday. Every level what they went out there and got and what type of players at those levels that they get. Now, that's individually. Now, imagine all that together, working together. You know what I mean? Where the help automatically comes because they see you're going to need help. You don't have to look and see, man, you got me, man? Just do, you know what I mean? You already know what your job is. All you got to do is perform well in your job. You don't have to be the superstar. You don't have to make all the plays. Make the plays at your position is and what is expected of you. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. You worry about you and everybody else worry about them, but they're young enough to be able to play together a longer time as far as all these rookies are here for at least 4 years besides Wilson, who has the 5th-year option. But everybody else is going to be here at least 4 years. And that's together. And that's not counting going into next year's draft and adding more pieces to add to what you already got. Now your nucleus is being built with you, and they all can grow together and work as a team, as one, move as one. I always say that. Just like we say one nation, because one nation means we move as one. That's what this team is going to do. Defensive side of the ball, we're going to move as one. That's the same thing with the offense. The offense is a mirror image of the defense. See, a lot of pieces on that offense were added. You know what I mean? Now we added to it to make it. Now we got all the pieces on the offense to run any offensive play we want. We got the tight ends. We got the running backs. We got offensive linemen. I expect those 2 undrafted rookies, the guard and the tackle, to go ahead and make the team. That's why they were given 6 figures guaranteed to sign with us over any other team as undrafted free agents. So I expect them to make the team. And there's some big dudes. So if they ever work their way into the lineup of being starters on the right side of the line, now that's taken care of. And we still got Parham and them. The young guys from last year. We're just adding to the rookie pool and the youth and develop them all together, man, because I'm telling you, it's going to be something nice. It's going to be something nice. I see it. And maybe all of them don't pan out. But we don't need, it would be nice if all of them pan out. But if we get 75% return on our investment, bruh, if I invest $1 and I get $1.75 back, shit. Shit. I'm good. We just need 75% return. That, to me, hey, will it happen that way? At the minimum, 50%. At the low minimum, nothing below 50. I invest $1, give me $1.50 back. That's, you know what I mean? That's a good return. So you go into the draft, you got 9 picks. If we got at least at the minimum 4 to 5, I say 5. 5 players to pan out of the 9. That means 4 didn't. But at the max, well, max is 100, but I'm saying realistically, you're not going to get 100% return back on your draft picks. Things just don't work like that sometimes. You know what I mean? It don't work. Some people they're not gonna pan out, and we're gonna have to move on from it. But If majority of them do pan out, hey, trial and error, baby. Trial and error. That's how the greatest inventions had ever come into existence. Trial and error. The first ever airplane ever made crashed. Let's just think of that. Probably didn't even get off the ground. You know what I mean? Trial and error, baby. Messing up teaches you on what not to do to improve. And I'm telling you, we got. Hey, I like what the front office did. I like the draft picks. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed with Ziegler and Kelly. The way they worked this draft. They moved up. You know what I mean? They grabbed from players that they felt was right there for them to grab on their board. Hey, they were even willing to move back into the first round to get Mayer. But they just had to move up a little bit in the second round. That's it. But they got him. And it didn't really cost us a lot to move up. We were playing. Boy, they were playing this damn draft, man. I tell you. They played this draft damn well. The way they maneuvered and the less assets you had to give up. I like O'Connell. I went back and I watched O'Connell's tape again. The Purdue quarterback we grabbed. I like this dude. His ball placement, pause. I gotta say pause, y'all. You're like, he ball placement. Now let me quit. But his ball placement, I'm telling you, this guy is on point. He's not the most athletic. He can scramble. He can run. He has run and rushed for touchdowns for Purdue. But this guy, here's a stat that I want to bring up for y'all. This is crazy. And a lot of people is not talking about this. And then I'll talk about some of these other rookies' stats that a lot of people ain't talking about. Let me go to I'm gonna pull up some stats real quick. No, I need all. O'Connell. Give me. I want his last year stats. Watch this, y'all. Y'all gonna trip off of this. Shout out to the people watching. First time here, please subscribe, hit that like, man. Michael Guerrero, my dude, top of the morning. Alfredo, the boss with the sauce. Yes, sir. We in the building. All right. So let me get. We're gonna do a side-by-side comparison of O'Connell and another quarterback that got drafted ahead of him in the same conference. Okay, here we go. So I need 2022 stat line. Doom. Now he has to be developed. There's some things about him he has to be developed, but he wasn't a first, second round pick. You know what I mean? So this is gonna be a project. But at 6'3", with good throwing touch, but I think he has tendencies where and like watching the highlights, but you got to look at the lowlights as well. A lot of times he forces the issue, causing turnovers. You know what I mean? That's one thing you got to look at. So let me get his. Let me see. What's dude's name? All right, I'm about to get these numbers up real quick. Look at the attempts, 499. 2021. 9, 2. That's in what, 3 years? So the thing that I'm looking at is the career throwing yards of O'Connell versus CJ Stroud, right? O'Connell has, hold on, let me make sure. CJ Stroud has 8,123 total yards in his 3 years in college, right? The 3 years that he played, he has 8,123 yards. O'Connell, and I know it's not fair because he played in 4 years, but this college career, which, you know what I mean, but he didn't play for 2 years. 2019 was his first year, but he only played in 3 games. But not just that, because 2020, he only played in 3 games. So it's not like a lot of, matter of fact, let me look at the total games played. He's not that far off from what Stroud had 28. He had 33 games played. Really had no production for those 2 years, but in total, he has 9,219 yards. What it was his average of completion? Where's that? Where are you? Where's the number at? 7, 9. Yeah, so his production was up there. He had 22 touchdowns last year, but see, like I said, with the interceptions, he had 13 interceptions. So the interceptions damn near mimic these last 2 years, mimic Levis. Levis had 13 interceptions last year, and the year before, I think he had 10. O'Connell, 13 interceptions last year, and the year before that, 11. You know what I mean? So that's one thing he has to buckle down on is his turnovers. But like I said, he's not drafted to start. He ain't gonna ain't no probably to it. He ain't playing this year, y'all. O'Connell ain't playing this year. This is a project. This is something that they like. They seen what his potential may be, but right now his potential ain't there. You still got Garbers. I would love to see a little more of Garbers in the preseason, just to see with the year under his belt in the system where he is, where he stands. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be interesting to see that battle as well. So that is about it for today, y'all. For real. Sin City in the building, man. Top of the morning, man. Thank you for being here. Yes, indeed. Forever Onyx, what's the deal, man? What is the deal, man? Tops. Make sure I ain't missing nobody. Pyro in the building. Pyro in the building. Yes, sir. About to get ready to get up off here, man. Hey, I appreciate you guys spending your morning with me. To the people watching, if this is your first time, please subscribe to the channel. See? Subscribe. It don't cost no money. You don't have to become a member if you don't want to. But if you want to become a member, hey, feel free to do that as well. There's content. Matter of fact, I was supposed to release some content this past weekend for the members only, but I will be doing that this coming up weekend. So don't worry, and there will be more than one video dropping for members only. They get first dibs on the videos, and then later on it gets released to the public. But they get first dibs to the Cleopas and Stan reaction show, as well as other content. But I appreciate each and every one of you guys, man. I'm gonna be up out of here. About to go hit this sack. This is my Friday at work, man. Can't wait. Tomorrow, like I said, we will be back at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, right here, Raiders Allegiance, with Good Morning Raider Nation Live podcast. And then later on tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Pacific. Remember, it's live Raiders schedule release show right here. Pull on up. Let's find out. We already know who we playing. We just got to know when and at what time to tap that ass with no Vaseline. Shout out to Ice Cube. So with that being said, man, hey, you guys enjoy your hump day. Don't get caught humping around. Stay out the broom closets with employees. You're gonna lose your job that way, because if you get caught, you know she's gonna say, he stuck it in me. I told him not to. So with that being said, you guys enjoy your morning, man. I'm Lunatic Raider. This is Raiders Allegiance. You have been watching Good Morning Raider Nation Live podcast right here, the best channel in the morning. You know what it is. We don't BS. We keep it straight to the point. All Raiders, no cut. Y'all enjoy your day, man. I'm out this VI. Yeah.